wirklich so eine klare Linie, ne? Dass
Ja,
man nicht denkt,
genau
ist noch eine Baustelle,
ja,
sondern
genau. Es sieht
fertig.
fertig.
Paint, 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 paint. In the first few months of the restoration last year, much revolved around the theme of paint. As you can see, the old paintwork was pretty worn out. Old paint next to fresh rust, which is a really bad combination. Well, if you want to restore a boat, you automatically end up with the theme paint. Each hull material has its own weaknesses. With steel, it is rust. In the beginning, I had not the slightest idea how to protect a steel hull effectively against rust. And how do you remove the old paint? And does the old paint have to be removed at all? Well, questions over questions, but one after the other. First, that much was clear. All rust had to be removed, obviously. Professionals would sandblast the whole hull. Yeah, well, we're not professionals. All we had left was manual derusting with a grinding machine and some angle grinders. Wrapped in dust, we have been grinding and sanding for days and days and days. Well, despite protective masks, this is not very good for the hull. I can tell you, if you have the possibility, sandblast your hull. This is definitely worth it. No matter how you do it, you need a lot of friends to help you.
Was lost in clubbing. Don't worry about our thing. I won't get specific. This is a
For a long time I thought about how to deal with the old paint. Leave it or remove it? That was the question. After extensive research, I decided to remove all non-stable paint layers and, well, of course, rusted paint down to the metal, but not to remove solid old paint. Especially the epoxy paint on the underwater hull was largely intact. On this we built up the new paint. All clear, huh? Nope, I had no idea which paint I should use. There are thousands felt and make you lose the overview. So what do you do if you don't have a plan? Well, it's quite simple. You ask where most ships are made of steel, and this is in commercial shipping. So I heard again and again two names, Owatrol and Brand Chemical. Two companies that offer extremely resistant and very high quality paints for steel ships. And what's good for the professionals certainly can't harm a little CÖLNISCH. So it was clear which paint we use and how CÖLNISCH will be painted. And after we finally finished with the annoying grinding, we could actually start to give our CÖLNISCH a new look. Yes guys, believe me, painting is fun. But why? I think, well, it's because you immediately see a clear change, a clear result of your work, and it gives you a great feedback. Well, think about starting the day with a patchwork carpet of old paint, and a few hours later it has become a uniform color. The ship suddenly stands in a completely new look, so it feels like you've taken a huge step forward, and that feels really great, believe me. And different from, for example, you know, assembling of add-on parts in the engine room all day long, where progress only takes place in detail, barely visible, and you feel like you're treating on the spot, you know. Looking back, it certainly was one of the greatest moments when we finally pulled off the masking tape at the waterline. I felt like, you know, at the end of a long journey. As I just said, restoring a boat is also a mental matter. You have to have the feeling that you're going forward, but I think otherwise you'll lose your motivation sooner or later. And well, now it's November, it's grey, it's cold outside, and when I'm working on deck, my hands quickly get numb in the cold wind, and yeah, that's pretty exhausting. But when I think of this one happy day in summer when we finally stripped off the tape and bam, there she is, now she's ready from outside, well, these memories somehow pushes me and helps me to go on. And according to the motto, look what you've already achieved, look what you've already done, you can do anything, and that's a great feeling, guys.
Ja, nicht denken,
genau das.
ist noch eine Baustelle.
Ja, genau. Ist nicht
Fertig.
fertig. Ah, das ist ja nicht schlimm.
Pinseln.
Das ist nicht schlimm. Come on, make it.
Well, even the hull of my little CÖLNISCH has a hell of a lot of surface, so never make the mistake to tackle such a complete repainting job alone. You need many helping hands, then you can even relax in between. To give you an idea of what I'm talking, at peak times 8 people work parallel on the hull. I've always said that those who want to sail have to work, and you know, that worked. Well, together we managed it. Here I stand at the beginning of a great adventure, which is nothing less than the fulfillment of my life's dream. Come on and be a part of it.